I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, Supreme Team? Welcome to the channel. It's your girl, DYANAROZAY. I am here to bring y'all the latest in reality TBT and anything else that is going on, child. We are talking about P. Diddy and some jurors. I guess a juror has come out and spoke about it because, you know, everybody's looking for their 5 seconds of fame. We are also talking about Bravo's which franchise are they from? I think it is the OC. Okay, Bravo, the OC. Y'all, there is another restraining order that has been filed. This time, David Beador is filing a restraining order against his estranged wife, child, and for some of the same things that was out there about Martell Holt. So, look, these reality TV personalities, child, they be going through it. What is up, Veronica? How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Indigo Girl, thank you for coming through. Please, y'all, let me know that you are in the chat. Drop your city, your state, your island, your country, your continent, so that I can give y'all a shout out real quick. Who else are we talking about? I got a few other stories for y'all. So I know it's late, child, but I'm going to get this story out because I said I had to do something tonight before I went to sleep. Okay, so come on in. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. Hit the like button and share the video, okay? So first up, I'm going to get these stories out. Child, listen, if I pronounce it wrong, it is what it is. Y'all know who I'm talking about. You see the picture right there. It's right there. Sometimes y'all be coming through and just everybody's the pronunciation police. It is what it is, okay? Come through. What's up, Maryland? What is up, Detroit? What is up, Trinidad and Tobago? What is up? Hey, Miami. I appreciate y'all. Okay, listen, I got an update for you guys. On a story. Y'all remember Mike Jeffries? Okay, some of y'all may remember him. What's up, CJ? I had a message in my IG, or not my IG, actually, on YouTube last night that said, you keep bringing up Mike Jeffries from Abercrombie and Fitch, and you guys didn't do what you were supposed to do. Content creators never talked about it. And I was like, I talked about it. I'm not sure why you're dragging me over here, but I do want to post my story. So I talked about him several times, gave him his own little section. Some of you may remember. That is my Abby. At the very bottom, you see it, DYANAROZAY, and it talked all about it. CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch. So this is what y'all need to know about it right now. He was charged, right? Had a $10 million bond that was set, or he was able to go home. Him and his partner, his romantic partner, by the way, Matthew Smith, who was also charged. I think he was given like a $50,000 bond, and a assistant that worked for Mike Jeffries by the name of James Jacobson. He was also given, I think, a $50,000 bond. Anyway, that was last year in 2024. Either way, what y'all should know now is that he has been declared incompetent to stand trial, okay? He has Alzheimer's, okay? And apparently the judge had ordered that he go in for a court-appointed medical evaluation. He spent 4 months in a hospital, and it has come back that he is not competent to stand trial. They did several therapies to see if they could get him to a place where he could. And of course, he has no incentive to do that, right? So whether he's playing it off or whatever the case may be, he's not going to be able to stand trial. And so that you also know, if Mike Jeffries cannot stand trial, then neither can his partner, Matthew Smith, or his assistant, James Jacobson, because their cases are reliant on his case. So how about that? This man is worth $300 million, by the way, $300 million. And that is what is going on with him. I even brought his name up. I'll say it again, Mike Jeffries, because when Diddy was fighting to get a bond to be released, until the trial, Diddy's lawyers actually brought this case up as an example, saying that they were very similar, and Diddy had to do his time inside and Mike Jeffries had to go, or was allowed to be released. So that is something y'all should know, since I was accused of not sharing this story before. Yes, I have. I've talked about it several times. Here is a single story item, and then I brought them up whenever I got tea, and this is the new tea. So here you go. Come on through. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Hit the like button, share the video. What's up? What's up? What's up? How do y'all feel about that? He had, I think, how many victims? Let's see. Jeffries had a total of, still waiting for my phone to give me the answer, because I think that we should know how many victims. Total number of victims, please. I believe it was over 20. But y'all remember when like Cosby and all of those people were saying, even just recently with R. Kelly, saying that he had a health issue, they denied him surgery and stuff like that. He's in prison, right? He's in prison. He was asking to get out, which, I don't think he should. I just think that it's interesting how these things play out. They're not allowed out, nothing like that, right? But some people, they get to play the system. And so, in my opinion, he's playing the system. And so he doesn't even have to stand trial. His victims, however, can sue his estate. They can still sue him in a civil trial. So like I said, Mike Jeffries is worth $300 million. And if I was one of the victims, I would definitely be suing. Okay, so that is one of the stories. I asked y'all how y'all felt about it. I think your name is Tia. She said he paid them doctors. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Okay. Money talks. So just so we're aware, child, pay attention to all things. All things are important. Okay. Let's get into this other story real quick. What's up, Erica? Nice to have you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let's talk about, I got a few stories for y'all before I hit the sack, child. We're going to talk about David and his wife, Leslie. Y'all know he is from the OC. He was married to Shannon, very popular Shannon. They got divorced. He was having an affair with Leslie. I think him and Shannon were married for well over a decade. Anyway, he was caught cheating with Leslie. He admitted to it, actually, and then ended up getting married to her. And now the two of them are at war with each other. After their short little relationship, they are at war with each other, and they are filing all kinds of charges against each other. So back in 2024, Leslie actually filed a restraining order against David, accusing him of speaking hostile towards her, belittling her in front of their daughter. They have a 6-year-old, I believe, and things like that. Well, David has filed a restraining order against Leslie recently, where he said, listen, she's out here calling me gay. He said that he was physically attacked by Leslie. She had gouged his arm, like put her fingernails into his arm and yanked at his skin. What else did he say? He said that she's just going crazy, basically showing up at his house at all times of the day and night. And he has asked for a restraining order, and I think he got it. How about that? And he got it. So this is what is going on over there on the Bravo at the current point in time. Hold on. Come on through. Hey, Gloria. Nice to have you. Just talking about these people on reality TV, child. Y'all know how we have conversations about Black reality TV where everybody be trying to throw it under the bus. Throw the whole damn thing away. These people don't know how to act. Crazy this, crazy that. Child, it's across the board. This is not new for reality TV or even relationships. This is how people are, period. But yes, this is what's going on with the Beadors. Come on in, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hit the like button, please, and thank you. So he is, after having an affair and thinking that he could not live without a child, he turned the mistress into the wife. And unfortunately for him, it is not working out. Come on through. Do y'all even watch the OC? Do you guys watch the OC? Okay, let's get into the next story. Here's some tea for y'all that y'all should know. What is up? What is up, Sherry? Listen, the DOJ has charged 364 people in a massive healthcare fraud sweep. This includes doctors, nurses, all kinds of people. Come on through. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Voice with Queen. Hey, hey, hey. So I don't know if my internet is going out a little bit because you guys are on a serious delay, but hopefully you can hear me. I'm sorry about that because it looks like it's on a delay for me. Let me put this back up. Hold on. Okay. So anyway, that's not what I had up. I had the DOJ up. Let me put this on pause. Okay, so the Department of Justice just hit 324 defendants with a criminal charge. This was led by Dr. Oz. Y'all remember him from the TV show. He has been appointed a part of Donald Trump's administration. Anyway, they said that includes 96 licensed professionals, including doctors, nurses, nurse practitioners, pharmacists, and more. It is spreading across all 50 United States, and they are saying that it is millions upon millions of dollars. Okay, so just so you guys are aware, people need to pay attention to this, child, and see what is going on. I am really shocked that they were even able to get this many people, but this is wiping out a huge group of people in the medical industry. And y'all know that bill was passed earlier today. The announcement was made, and it is going to severely affect healthcare for all of us. Whether you have insurance or not, you can consider everybody's premiums is going to go up. That's number one. And then hospitals that rely on federal aid could be closing down, which means that you would have to travel further out to get health care and may not get health care at all, because a lot of people who have insurance are looking for preventative services. So it may be emergency services, which is going to affect all of us on a system that is already strained, child. So that is what is going on with that. Let's get on to the next story. Moving on real quick. Hold on. Let's talk about this person right here, which is Diddy's former chef, Jordan Atkinson. She said that she fears for retaliation after the trial. She said that she does not feel safe. Now, this is someone that the prosecution actually wanted to testify, brought her in to testify, but she actually said she flipped out on the prosecution and said, no, I will not do it. Okay. So she is someone, this is used to be Diddy's former chef. She has also written a letter to the judge asking that he takes this seriously and make sure that he spends time behind bars and not release him. Okay. Her name is Jordan Atkinson. She said that she was both a witness and a victim of Diddy's alleged abuse. She posted a series of videos and letters that has now been deactivated from her Instagram. Okay. So she was feeling real confident that he was finally going to receive some sort of punishment. And when she got word that he received 2 of the lighter counts and that his jail time could be non-existent, it actually scared her. So she said that she's disappointed that the jury acquitted him of the racketeering and other charges, the trafficking charges, and only convicted him on the lesser charge. Just so you guys are aware. She says she wants to be clear that as a victim and an employee of Sean Combs, she does not feel safe. She's extremely traumatized and she does not know where to go from here. She actually wrote a letter to the judge, like I said, asking him to give some real jail time to Sean Diddy Combs. So this is going to be crazy. Hold on, let me see. American Forgotten said, I am a healthcare auditor, and yes, the doctor steal. Baby, don't I know it? I'm happy that you are in the chat. Honestly, people think that if you are of a certain profession and you have money in your pocket, that all of a sudden that excludes you from being an everyday criminal child. We like to, talk about the people that work at the gas station or the Piggly Wiggly, but baby, doctors still too. And the numbers that I saw with some of these doctors, they were in the millions, like $30 million in Medicaid fraud, $82 million from hospice. This is the type of stuff. These were the numbers that were coming in that I saw regarding Texas doctors lining their pockets. So, and if they have 352, you can count that there's a 352 more that didn't get caught. You know what I'm saying? So yes, people have to pay attention to everybody, Let's see. I believe that he's going to do time. I think that the jury got it right. I didn't see trafficking or racketeering. A lot of people are saying that. I told y'all that Legal Eagles have been weighing in on this, and they have been saying, listen, the federal government got it wrong. They should have allowed the state to move forward with the case because they came in and they stopped the state. Diana, what you know about the Piggly Wiggly? Child, I live in the South. I know about the Piggly Wiggly. Okay. I've never been in one. I've never been inside one, but listen, I know about them. Okay. Hey, what's up? Come on through, Louisiana. Nice to have you. But yes, we have to pay attention. It's the big timers, and it literally trickles down to us. But unfortunately, we get blamed for everything. What's up, Mildred? Nice to have you. Yes, let me see. There were so many other things I felt they could have charged him with and won. Yeah, this is the truth. The pig. Oh, for real? They have the best steaks? I have to try it then. I've not gone to a Piggly Wiggly. I see them, but I have not been inside a Piggly Wiggly. But yes, it sounds like more of his victims are coming through. I'm sure they're going to flood that judge's email and his office with all kinds of things before Monday, because y'all know that he's going to have a meeting with him on Monday. The judge is going to meet with Diddy on Monday to see if they're going to move him to a prison or a lockup that is going to be, not as stringent with their security. Let's see, Lady Di. Nobody ever went to the crack house. What do you mean the crack house? Is that what the Piggly Wiggly's called? It's disgusting that people are celebrating pouring baby oil on each other. So ignorant and ghetto. Okay. I agree with you. It's ignorant. But, people do all kinds of things. It's too hot to be using baby oil. It's too hot to be using baby oil in the summertime, child. Yeah, the people want to get the max sentence. Yeah, people want him to get the max sentencing. So they are sending letters. A lot of his victims are sending letters right now. So it's going to be interesting. Like I said, we're going to see if where it stands right now with the charges that he was found guilty of, if the judge will be swayed by the victims. The victims that spoke on the stand, the women that spoke on the stand was, who was it? I think it was 3, right? An assistant, Cassie, and Jane Doe. If there was another one, y'all let me know. I remember the guys talking about it. I don't understand why he got transportation and not trafficking. Well, let's talk about it. One of the jurors did come through, okay? One of the jurors did come through and spoke with CNN. Hold on one second. And he is actually, this juror happens to be upset that everybody is saying they didn't do the right thing, okay? He has spoken out. They said strongly rejecting any suggestion that the jury was influenced by his celebrity or even paid. Now, y'all remember, hold on, let me take this down for a second. Y'all remember, it was very early on in the jury, in the trial. Diddy was like, looking at the jurors, nodding when, his lawyers would say certain things. He would nod and look at the jurors, and the judge said, listen, you are trying to sway the jury. And if you do it again, you'll sit your ass in jail and this trial will go on without you. So he said, don't do it again. Don't look at him. Don't do this. He gave him very, very strict rules, right? Hold on. So he couldn't even look at the jury. I don't even know how many weeks in. He wasn't even allowed to look at them, make any type of suggestion that the jury would think, or that the judge would think was influencing. But this juror came out and said that they weren't swayed, they weren't paid, and that they weren't influenced by his celebrity status. They said they did their job. Let me pull this up from the Jasmine brand. This happened to have been the alternate juror in the Diddy trial. Breaks silence, says that the verdict was fair, claims evidence simply didn't show force of X trafficking. And what did I say yesterday? I said that they were going to see those women as participating, willingly participating. Okay. Now, I thought that Cassie I thought she was an excellent witness. I thought that from what was coming out about Jane Doe, I thought that maybe she was kind of throwing it a little bit. But I thought that Cassie was being as honest as she could, and I thought she was very sympathetic. Well, it was more about prostitution than transportation. There were 5 women, and the juror believed Cassie. Yeah, I thought Cassie had the strongest testimony. Ooh, Love is Black said that our Piggly Wiggly smells like pigs been wiggling their butts up and down the aisle. Well, I hope you don't shop there, girl. That was each. Don't look at them. That was a reach not to look at them. he said not to do anything that would be suggesting any type of influence. So that scared the bejesus out of him, because he certainly didn't. Even when he got on his knees and prayed yesterday, after that, he was found not guilty of the other charges, they said that they made a point of him not looking at the jury and doing all of the stuff. But you could tell that he was like saying, "Thank you, God," in his head. Welcome, Lulu. Nice to have you. Liza More Lies said, "I think they got it wrong." You guys, a lot of people feel this way. A lot of people are actually divided. Anyway, it says that the juror described the notion that Diddy's fame swayed the verdict as highly insulting and belittling to the jury, and that the deliberation process was fair. He emphasized that their decision was rooted in evidence and law and not public perception. They deliberated for over 2 days, declaring that they spent over 2 days deliberating and that their decision was based solely on the evidence presented and how the law is stated. We would have treated any defendant in the same matter, regardless of who they were. So check that out. All right, Darren is coming through with a harsh statement saying that he thinks Cassie and Jane Doe are 304s and not victims. I think that the government oversold the case. You would expect more when the FBI and Homeland Security are involved. He ain't learned he's going to do something stupid again, and the glorified groupies will be online in the courtroom defending his nasty butt. Okay, yes, I don't understand if they can call it guilty for transportation when not trafficking. Yeah, that's where I'm confused. I'm confused about the same thing. But I guess they had separate rules for that charge. They were ready to go home for the holidays. I think that Diddy is guilty of a lot of bad things. I also believe that at the same point, he had assistance from the women folk, including Miami, allegedly. You're talking about City Girls. City Girls, Miami. Carisha, please, child. But yes, as of right now, y'all, it looks like the jury will be coming out. This is one of the most, right now, famous cases ever. If you guys are coming in late, I spoke a little bit about Mike Jeffries, who had been charged with a lot of the same shit P. Diddy was charged for. This man is worth $300 million. He's 80 years old. I think this all happened around 2007, and it went on till 2015. That is when Mike Jeffries and his assistant by the name of James Jacobson were released from their duties at Abercrombie and Fitch. It was kind of swept under the rug. Nobody talked about them at all during the time it happened, but then charges was brought on him last year. When it was brought on him last year, Mike Jeffries got to go home on a $10 million bond and an ankle bracelet. His partner, Matthew Smith, also got to go home on a bond, and James Jacobson. As of right now, medical doctors have declared that he has Alzheimer's. And even though he has the best of, he can buy the best of doctors, they're saying that he is no longer able to stand trial. Okay. So he is just going to get to live out his days. If he doesn't stand trial, then that means his partner, Matthew Smith, who is of sound mind and body, he doesn't have to stand trial because everything is going to be basically reliant on Mike Jeffries. Same goes for James Jacobson. So how convenient, okay? His victims, however, could still sue his estate in a civil trial, and I hope that they do. So the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention is because I had been following this story and reporting on it. And I guess because all of the bloggers weren't doing that, I got like a little hand spank in my chat saying, why are you comparing these two? These are different and you didn't talk about them before. I did talk about them before. Diddy actually used Mike Jeffries in his own trial to get out on bond. He said, why am I in jail? And this man who did the same exact thing is out of jail. So the judge still told him, no, that's not your problem. Don't worry about Mike Jeffries. Keep your hand off the glass and worry about what the hell's going on with you. Okay. Let's see. I've seen a lot of takedowns. Glad you mentioned it. Ticket TV covered this too. Yes, I did cover it, child. I covered it several times. But it is interesting to see what's going on in the news so far with all this stuff. And we just touched on a few things, okay? So look, this is a short video. Thank y'all for coming over. Thank y'all for coming over anyway. Hold on one second. I'm going to put up another story for y'all. Keep talking in the chat, though. Let's see. They had nothing on him. Prostitution is usually consent-based versus trafficking. Where are you? Oh, look. Thank you, Brianna. I didn't even think about this. A lot of people were asking why one and not the other. Brianna, very smart, said, listen, prostitution is consent-based, whereas ST is not. You are being forced against your will. And one of the things that the juror said, the alternate juror said, is that they thought they were willing participants in it. And that is because, interestingly enough, I don't know if everybody paid attention to this, all of the stuff that the prosecution had, like the emails and stuff like that, the dates and times things were happening, Diddy also kept very solid receipts for all of the stuff that he was being accused of. So anytime there was, conversation about, oh, you sent this on this day and you did this to Cassie on this day, he was able to say, I wasn't even there, right? I wasn't even there. Check it out. I was doing this. And he had solid receipts for their interactions and things that were going on. So even though it was crazy, and I'm not even, again, I don't want people to think that I am a sympathizer. I'm not. I paid attention to what was going on in the trial. He admitted that he was an abuser. He admitted he beat the shit out of Cassie and a lot of people, right? He said, I did it. But his defense was, listen, DV is not a federal crime. It's not a federal crime, and they put on a bad case to get it here. That was his defense. I did a lot of the shit y'all said I did. I'm not even denying it. Did I have those parties? Yes. Did I enjoy, X, Y, and Z with these people? I sure did. Did I beat the hell out of this girl? Yes. He admitted it. He admitted it. And then he also had documentation. He had supporting documentation for himself. Hold on. Let me read some of the other stuff. That was smart. And I didn't even think about it like that. But Brianna for the win, child. That is why the jury was able to say, we'll give you this, because that meant it was consent-based versus being forced against their will. So smart. Let's see what else y'all got to say. He will not be charged. You wonder why? Are you coming in late, Steve? He won't be charged because they are saying that he has Alzheimer's. So he will not be charged because of that. The judge actually ordered that he go into a medical facility for 4 months to be observed, and also to see if there could be any treatment given to him that would help him be able to stand trial. And I was saying, even if there was something, he's not going to go for it. He's just going to play it off, and make it seem worse than it is. He's 80 years old. And the key here is he won't stand trial. His partner, who was also charged, and this is his lifetime partner, his romantic partner by the name of Matthew Smith, who was also charged, he will not stand trial either, and neither will James Jacobson, the assistant who worked for Mike Jeffries. He won't stand trial either. So 3 men, all accused of the same type of hate. And actually, I won't even say same. I would say it was actually kind of worse, because it involved young boys, some under the age of 18 years old. Okay. These were young boys who was trying to model. And yeah, he won't stand trial. So this has to do with the P word. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Children, the P. Okay. And they are going to get away scot-free. Again, worth $300 million. And I know a lot of people said, we want you to go to jail and nobody should sue for money. Sue for fucking money. Sue for the money. Okay. $300 million. Get your money. Okay. So a lot of people, again, you guys are just debating back and forth. Some of you are pro Diddy, some of you are not. The trial was a payback. He was blackmailing people with videos he filmed. He was a deviant. Because he what? He even attacked one girl because she didn't want to put on makeup. Okay. And listen, again, he admitted to that. His defense admitted to that. They literally walked in and said, everything you said he did. But it is not a federal offense. Someone said, who groomed him? There's a lot of names out there, right? There's a lot of names. Allegedly, Clive Davis, who we all know is very elderly now, but he is supposed to be the grandfather of all of this. He's supposed to be the grandfather of all of this. And he will never, you know what I'm saying? When he was being interviewed, he was walking into a restaurant and someone said, hey, what do you think about the P. Diddy trial? He looked at his friend and he said, the who? Okay. He acted like he didn't even know Diddy's name. And he went in and he had his wine and he ate his food. You hear me? He don't care. And there's a reason why he has not been brought to trial, right? Stop badgering Cassie. You have to be talking about someone in the comments because I know I have not badgered anybody. Anyway, there's that. So let's keep an eye and see what happens next. I was just shocked that Mike Jeffries' partner and his business associate will also not stand trial because of his illness, his alleged illness. Okay, so I told y'all about that. Anyway, I know some of y'all are coming in late. Welcome to the chat. 412 of y'all are here. Please hit my like button, okay? Hit the like button, share the video. I'll share a little more story. Hold on, let me put this back up. Okay, so I also talked to y'all about Bravo's finest, the OC. The OC is one of the rich area codes, right? In California, behind the gate. Everybody thinks that having a little money and living in a certain zip code basically insulates you from the crazy shit from the ghetto. Not true. Apparently, David Beador from the OC recently filed a restraining order against his estranged wife on June 17th, 2025. His estranged wife, her name is Leslie. He basically said that she came over, attacked him. He said gouged his arm, basically meaning took her fingernails and dug into his skin and I guess caused him injury. He also said that she comes over acting crazy. Hey, what's up, Bama girl? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Um, he actually was granted a temporary restraining order, but he said that she comes over. She acts crazy. She shoved him, um, gouged chunks of skin. Let me put that correctly. He said she gouged chunks of skin out of his arm, shoved her fingers into his mouth to silence. I'm sorry. I actually had a mental I had a mental image of that, and it just sounded crazy. Shoved her fingers into his mouth to silence him, slapped him 4 times across the face, and falsely accused him of being gay to manipulate the public or legal perception. So he is accusing her of all of those things. He also said that she's using his daughter against him to leverage influence for custody and financial matters. He said that she is a pathological liar, accusing her of manipulating him financially and only marrying him for his money. Okay. They have a hearing coming up on June 8th, 2025 to determine whether or not this temporary order becomes permanent. And you guys may know she filed a restraining order last year in September, citing verbal abuse and also saying that he tries to influence his daughter. She was crazed and enraged. So that's what he's saying, child. He said you can take all that stuff out of here. They've been married for a short time. I don't even believe for 3 years completely. But yeah, this is what's going on. Well, we shall see. What about the trifling Hugh Hefner? What about him, child? He's in the ground. He's in the ground, so no. And he was considered an icon, probably still considered an icon for many, many years, because that man used to walk around with a sleeping jacket on, wearing nothing else, okay? And people thought, getting an invite to whatever that damn place was called, the Playboy Mansion, people used to think that that was a big deal. And from what we hear now, because I think they did a whole documentary about it, it was probably one of the most abusive places in Hollywood. But people, again, the women are older. They've come out. They've talked about all the stuff that used to happen to them. And people say the same thing. You should have left. You probably asked for it. But he's gone, child. He's in the ground now. Many famous people have done these things for decades, and everyone turns a blind eye. Reason? Palm colored? You think so? We can say that, but the truth of the matter is, we all turn a blind eye for some reason. For some reason, people aren't as interested in it, and we should be. We definitely should be, because these are the people who make rules. People who used to go to that Playboy Mansion, they were politicians. They had, influence, and people used to go, and that's how deals were made over the public's life. We should be as nosy about what our politicians are doing as we are about what reality TV stars are doing, right? God already judged him. He escaped man's justice. Well, he lived a nice old life. He lived a nice old ripe life, okay, and a rich one. But yeah, that's what's going on with all of these folks. That's what's going on with all of these folks. And that's it, y'all. I just wanted to come on and share those stories. Put that in your head. Get y'all to think about some other things, okay? I'm going to come back tomorrow and do a follow-up story on Angela Oakley. I had an opportunity to listen to the entire phone conversation. along with what Alex had to say. He did a 4-part video where he's accusing Angela of setting this up. I'm going to tell you right now, I still am on Angela's side. I don't see the setup, but I'm going to talk to you about it tomorrow. We'll get that out there tomorrow. That's how deals are made today. That's how they've always been made. You know that, Erica. Okay, girl? You read, okay? You know that stuff. We got to stop being turning a blind eye, period. But yeah, I am Team Angela for sure. All of the Angela Fangelas, y'all come back tomorrow and we are going to talk about it. Diddy has an underground tunnel connected to Hugh's house. Thank you, Mildred. I appreciate y'all for coming through. I know it's late, child. I don't usually go on this late, but I am trying to keep my commitments to come on, even if it's late, okay? Hit the like button for me, please, and thank you. Share the video. Make sure you're following me on all of my platforms at DYANAROZAY. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, and I'll check you on the next one. Bye-bye.